Hey, this is Mrs. Gervasio. Let's not waste any time and get right to Thursday's homework. Okay, be sure to watch and re-watch the tutorial. Pause for the practice problems and of course come back and check and see how you did. Complete the homework at the end of the tutorial and of course show all of your work.
How do you use interior and exterior angles to find unknown angle measures? For example, what is the measure of angle x? In this lesson, you will learn to solve for unknown angle measures by using interior and exterior angles. Let's review. We know supplementary angles add to 180 degrees. So if we have two angles, one measuring 140 degrees and one measuring 40 degrees, we know they're supplementary angles because 40 degrees plus 140 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Let's take a look at a common mistake. Interior and exterior angles must share a vertex to be supplementary. So we may incorrectly think in this diagram that x and y are supplementary because one's interior and one is exterior. The correct way to see if they are supplementary is to make sure that they share a vertex. So in our correct diagram, we know angles x and y are supplementary. Let's take a look at interior and exterior angles. Adam has a patio in the shape of a right triangle. He extended one edge of the patio to make a garden. In order to design his garden, he needs to know the angle measure where the garden meets the patio. If the angle measure for the patio is 30 degrees, what is the angle measure for the garden? Well, let's take a look at a diagram. We have a patio in the shape of a right triangle, and from that patio we're extending to make a garden. We know that we have an angle that measures 30 degrees. Let's take a look at how we can use this information to find the angle of the garden, which we can call angle x. We can take a look at our patio, and we know it's got an angle measure of 30 degrees. And we know that we need an angle measure of x. And we want to remember that 30 degrees is the measure of an interior angle because it is inside of a shape. And here where we have angle x extending for the garden, we want to remember that angle x is an exterior angle because it's formed by a straight line extending out from the shape. And we also need to know that interior and exterior angles that share a vertex are supplemental. So let's take a look at how we can find angle x. Well, since they are supplemental angles, we know that 30 degrees plus the measure of angle x is going to equal 180 degrees. And so we can subtract 30 degrees from both sides and end up with the solution x equals 150 degrees. So we know the measure of the angle for the garden is 150 degrees. In this lesson, you have learned to solve for an unknown angle measure by using interior and exterior angles.
Okay, and here's the part of the homework that you need to actually bring into class tomorrow. Oh, that's okay. It's not very many problems at all. Okay, for tonight's homework, you need to find the missing measure of angle A. So for all 6 of them, you need to find, the missing angle A. Find what the measure of angle A is. Sorry.
Okay. Then
And the final one.
always
There
kicks me out.
All right, so make sure to do a good job and check your work, okay? All right, well, thanks for watching and have a great night.